Hello, this is Chocolate the Bear. I'm gonna be going over a demo now. I said I would do this in the last video. I should you how you could view your own demos, and now it's finally time to watch one. So this is the sixes format that I'll be going over. You can see there's 6 people on each team. You'll see that each team is made up of one demo man, one soldier or 2 soldiers, 2 scouts, and 1 medic. So firstly, let's go over what weapons they're carrying. So the medic is carrying the crossbow, of course, the default medigun, and the solemn vow. The soldiers are carrying escape plan, gunboats, and the default rocket launcher. Then we see the scout running 2 default weapons and the 3-room blade, which is the same as the Boston Basher. Same with the scout running 2 defaults in the Boston Basher. And then we see escape plan, default rocket launcher, and gunboats again. So I said that sometimes one of the soldiers will be running his shotgun. You can see in this game, neither soldier opted to do so. So that being underway, we're going to start the game by viewing from the medic's perspective. So let me get back to the medic. 1 second. Just have to scroll through everyone. Okay. So we're going to be viewing from the red medic's perspective, and we're just going to take this first part very slowly. So very beginning, we see the medic switch to his medigun and start healing the demo man. The demo man is jumping up and down because he is the first one to be healed. So the medic has to find him first off. So the demo man jumps while in spawn, and then all the other classes begin to run forward. You can see that both soldiers start rocket jumping towards the front, and the scouts are now moving up too. The medic is now healing the scouts in an effort to gain speed. He is trying to heal the other scout, Ice, but Ice made it too far ahead of him, so now he's walking to mid without a heal target. This only will happen for a second or so though, so it's not that bad. But in general, he'd be wanting to heal Ice here. So now that I'm done with the heal order, I'm going to be going into a third-person point of view and fly around. And so we can see right now we have 1 soldier on that rock, 1 scout playing close to the medic, and then going over to the right, 1 soldier on the right, and the demo and medic in the middle. So right now the scout is looking for openings over there. The demo over here is taking a very aggressive beginning. As you can see, that didn't really work out for him. Because he went aggressive, the scout that was playing over here was easily able to collapse from the right and sandwich him between his demo and the medic. So now importantly, blue team is down their demo man, which is their most important source of frags. Or not frags, but damage. So we'll see how that affects them shortly. Also noticeable, one of the red team soldiers is at low health. He is being pressured by a scout as well, so he's probably likely to die here. And one of the scouts is at half health, so he's running back. So right now, there's also a soldier in the back line, so we'll see how this plays out. The medic begins to run back because his team is getting hit. He gets jumped by the soldier that was in the back line, but he gets taken out by the scout protecting him. So now the scout that was on low health is trying to finish off one of the other ones. And this mid ends with a scout v scout. Medic's still living. He gets jumped by a soldier, but the scout's able to run back and finish him. So now it's just 1 scout left at 3 HP for blue team. And red team playing very safe here. The reason that the scout went back, even though he could easily kill this scout, was because he had to run his medic to the med pack. So notable, medic does run as fast as scout when he is healing a scout. So very important note there. So red team off to a great start. Just a great group of players. Notable, the med pack for this map is also right over there. So that's why they ran back there. So now red team, they did win the mid fight, but only barely. So now they're going to start capping. This soldier plays aggressively for the medic again, but here we can see as soon as he jumps the medic, 2 scouts are instantly on him. As soon as the medic gets jumped a second time, you can see that one of the scouts that was on the soldier fell back to fight the demo, but then another scout came for the point and killed the medic. Blue team is playing hyper aggressively with most of their players sacking. This is because the red team won the mid fight with their medic surviving, so they will have more uber charge. And what the blue team is doing to counter that is play these 2 players very safe. You have the soldier protecting the medic, and the medic right now is just healing that soldier and building up the uber charge. So even though blue team lost the fight initially and they don't have the point, now blue team will have a small advantage. In the sense that they will have the next aggressive phase. So right now they're down a ton of players, and this scout might also die. But next time they aggress, it's going to be very powerful. Actually, the scout actually catches that soldier off guard. I'm able to get him, but this scout over here, Ice, he's able to take out that last scout. So now the blue medic has run all the way back to spawn. He lived through that entire fight. So now if we hover over his uber charge, he's at 65%, 66. And the red medic is going to be very low. Let's just check what he's at real quick. He's at a very small... we're expecting him so 12%. So now the blue team is aggressing the point. The red team is a little bit caught out here because the blue team is doing it all together. This is going to allow the demo men to get a good bit of damage done, but overall not enough to go in off of. And you can see the same play that the blue team tried was just done by that soldier that just jumped. Unfortunately, he was not the best player. He barely even did scratch the medic. I mean, the medic's at half health. That's pretty good, but, just not a good player all around. And now we see this scout going for the same aggressive playstyle, and he's actually able to collect off of that soldier's damage. So the soldier's sacrifice was not in vain. And now we see this other player jumping, and you gotta just wonder why. I mean, that's just part of the communications. The call for the medic was to go in on the medic. And then that last soldier got the call late. He jumped late, even though the medic was dead by the time he actually jumped. And then he just gets thirsted by the entire enemy team. So now it's the same scenario for red that blue was in a second ago. They're going to be trying to leave. They're going to be trying to take as little fights as possible. But you can see the medic was just blown back into mid, even farther than he wanted to go. And you can see the scout knows exactly where he's at. He's definitely going to go down here. He's far behind enemy lines, and that's exactly what happens. So red tries for the exact same play that blue did, except red's medic went down. So now the blue team, they have the point. So their timer is going down for victory. And now the medics are on even Ubers. So the blue team wins that engagement because they have the point. So now you can see the red team regrouping. The medic is coming back for blue. And they're going to try to take mid control again. So of the two game modes, King of the Hill, which is what we're on right now, and 5 CP, you can see that King of the Hill is a little bit more chaotic. This map especially is very small. There's not too much room for the medic to go. And it's, not going to lie, it's not too fun playing medic on this map, just because you'll be dying a lot more than normal. So now we see the red team just trying to break the line. Right now they're just kind of going for a dry push. Both teams are looking for damage to go off of. And the most damage dealing class is the Demo Man, so if he deals enough damage, that'll be called out. And you can see Bones went for aggressive play, probably trying to jump off of some of the damage that was done, but he ends up with nothing to show for his efforts. The line has been broken, so now the scout gets in behind. He's able to get close to the Demo Man and responsively Oi jumps up to this rock and takes high ground. So now that scout has to back off. And we're pretty much in a stalemate situation, which again favors the blue team because they're the ones with the point. So this scout's just trying to get a little bit behind, but he knows that the spawner's coming up. Bones and Ice recently just died, so if he goes too far behind, he's going to be cut out by those spawners that are just coming in. Just more spam being exchanged by both teams. We see a soldier at half health, so both scouts are going in off of that damage, but they don't end up getting him. And now we see Oi Toy trades with Dimensional Horror Worm. So this is where mid gets opened up. Now we see 2 picks for blue, 1 pick for red. And off of these picks now, the medic and demo have a lot less protection. But again, these scouts are on low HP from their previous engagements, so they can't really go in either. They won that little engagement, and now both teams are going to have Uber Charge. So this is where it gets interesting. Both teams have Uber Charge now, so which team is going to be able to break the line with this Uber Charge? Ideally, you would like the enemy medic to use their Uber Charge before you use your Uber Charge, because if you're able to wait yours out longer and not have your players die, then you'll be able to get more use after the enemy Uber Charge has expended. So we see this blue scout getting very aggressive. He's actually going straight for the medic. He knows that he won't be able to kill the medic, but this forces the medic to use his Uber Charge. So now both teams have used their Uber Charge, and they are absolutely collapsing on the lines. You can see right now just the amount of players that have gone in outside their lines. And one thing with Uber Charge, if you transfer the Uber Charge to a different player, you lose some of it. So the goal of both these medics is to keep their players alive, but also transfer their Uber Charge to as few players as possible. That way they keep it for as long as possible. And unfortunately, this has worked out in Blue's favor for the most part. We can see that the red player is on very low health, and with the red medic, I believe, pretty much dead. I think he's at 1 HP actually. But actually we see Bones and Oi both get 1 kill. So the blue team still has a little bit of Uber, but now they're caught with no soldiers. So we'll see how this goes. The red medic did end up going down. So because the red medic goes down, we are in a similar position to before, where the red players have to get very aggressive and have to kill the enemy medic. We can see that's exactly what Leberts is trying to do. We can see Oi jumped ahead a bit, try to get the enemy medic, and they do end up getting him. Bones with a nice shot onto that medic over there. And red team, they're all going to die, but now they have a very small Uber advantage, actually not worth noting at all. I should mention Uber charge advantage when it's only like 10% really. It's very hard to collapse and make a play off of that amount of time. It can be done. It's kind of terrifying to play against, but overall that probably won't matter that the red medic died before the blue medic and therefore responds faster and is able to heal faster. So now, also notable at this point, the blue team clock only has 32 seconds and red team just got wiped. So it's going to be another second before they're going to be able to push. And it's going to end up being a dry push for the red team. No Uber charges to go off of. So as soon as all their players come up, they're pretty much going to be looking for kills. We have this scout playing for info early. He's going to be able to see which side the players come out of. He knows that they're all going to be aggressing very early. So he's playing safe though. As soon as he sees someone, he's just going to fall off. He takes a good bit of damage from... Oh wow, he actually goes down for that. Nice shots from Labasada. I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oi taking this high ground again. Very smart player. Maybe even the best player alive. And we can see that red team, they're playing very aggressively here. They're all forced to go in. Look for these blue player kills, because otherwise they will lose the round. And their medic goes down, but if they get enough frags, then it'll be okay. So now, the red team gets the point, but if the blue team is able to get their medic out alive here, they will still have enough advantage to probably end up winning the round. And we can see that's exactly what's going to happen. The blue medic even just leaves his soldier entirely in an effort to get out. So the red medic died. So now it's just the blue medic alive, and he's at 50% Uber before the red medic comes up. So now this is where it gets dangerous. These red players have to hold the point. Ice, you can see, is only at half health. None of them have overheal. So they're going to have to play aggressively, look for early picks. And it's going to be very problematic from here on out. You can see the blue team re-aggressing. They all have full health. Most of them have overheal. And most importantly, they also have Uber advantage. So red team, they are in a very dire situation here. They actually don't really have almost any hope at winning this. We can see Oitoy even switch to the sniper to get some last minute picks maybe. The good thing about sniper is that he has the ability to headshot everyone and kill pretty much everyone just instantly. So it can be a very swingy class. That probably won't happen, and red team will still probably end up losing with this sniper. But Oi might be able to make something happen. We see that a lot of these fights are actually going in the favor of red right now. But their medic died, blue medic died. They might actually be able to hold this. This is where it gets important. Even though Oi's on sniper, he has to get on this point, because if red team doesn't cap it soon, then the round will go to the blue team. So now it's just the demo alone on this point. His soldier is going to be coming back soon. We can see him bombing back through, but he goes down. Now it's a soldier versus demo. The demo wins, and now the medic will have to get on the point with this scout. If the scout doesn't go to the point, I don't know where he's going. The medic gets on the point first, and now they start the cap time back up. But now we see the soldier bombing in. The scouts are running directly at the point. If they are able to prevent this capture, blue team will win. As soon as that red meter runs out, blue team wins. But actually, blue team ends up getting the capture. So this is a very huge capture, because in the last fight we saw the blue medic go down and the red medic go down. So now they're on equal Uber. And now it's a soldier and a demo versus two scouts. Both teams have a medic. And although there's a long amount of time still left on the clock for red, 1 minute and 41 seconds, and all blue has to do to win the game is cap the point, we see it is very much a possibility from this point onward that red is able to win. So let's see how these scout fights go. We see the demo jumps in. He actually sacrificed about half his health to be able to get into mid quickly to support his team. But since one of the scouts died, it's not looking too good. Now Oi is still on the sniper class. He's looking for more picks, and the blue team, they're trying to get point pressure. If they're able to stay on the point, if they're able to capture it even for half a second, they win the round. This forces the soldier to jump the point. He ends up losing all his health and dying due to fall damage, and the red medic goes down, and that's going to be the round for blue. So a very eventful round. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I want to do one more round, and that will be that for this video. So a lot happened in that round. Very good example of what can happen on King of the Hill. So demos, they get to mid very early. They started off with the most overheal, but you can see they just keep explosive jumping, so they get to mid with a very little bit of health. The reason that the demos are going to be trying to be the first ones to mid is because their sticky bombs allow them to create a lot of pressure if they are defending. So if there is no other demo in mid to fight, they can just set up these sticky bombs and hold choke points. If there is another demo to fight, maybe they did their rollout more efficiently. Maybe they're able to kill him early. But just essentially, if your demo is in mid before the other demo, you can do a lot of stuff. So both demos have to get to mid very quickly. And we can see some pipe bombs coming in, able to find one of the blue scouts early. So nice early lead for red team. We saw that they did win the mid fight last time. So maybe just red team a better mid team. You can see Oitoi going very aggressive on these players on the left side. The reason that red team is getting aggressive on the left side is because they saw the blue medic go to the right side. So they know that these players are alone without healing. Enough damage was called onto them, which it looks like both of them are on low health, so it probably was. They know that they have health advantage to go on these players. And they find one of the players, actually one of them goes down to a scout, but they're able to do a good bit of work with that. So now, I don't believe the blue team medic went down, but we can see a similar play to what happened last time, where they just kind of all sacrificed themselves for the medic. And I think, yeah, Banana actually went down from that. So red team unable to protect their medic, unfortunately. And that's going to be very detrimental in this next push. So we actually see a very similar event to what happened last time. More kills coming in from red. They're actually able to hold mid for a good bit longer. But blue team is going to have 100% Uber charge in just a second here versus red team's 0%. So, yeah. Let's see. So, Labieta, he was actually hiding in the blue spawn. There's a little corner that he tucked himself into. And as soon as he saw the medic pass him, the blue medic pass him, he went in on him. So what this is going to do is, let me go over to the blue medic's point of view. You can see that the blue medic used his Uber charge, even though he's nowhere near mid. And that's because he's on such low health that if he didn't do that there, he probably would have died. So Labasada, he's going to give his life for the cause, but a very noble one. So he's almost certainly going to die there. He's getting chased by a good few players, but this means that the blue team will not be able to use their Uber charge to the full advantage. Also notable, their medic is on very low health from this event. Well, Uber charge, you don't get any other sort of healing buff other than the regular healing. So the blue medic goes down. It looks like the red medic does get pressured as well, though. So both teams' medics going down. Now we're back to just mid. And both teams kind of just fighting for this point right now. Whichever team wins this fight probably gets control of the point for a bit. But red team keeping their control. And they've worn down the clock a good bit off of that play. Since blue team didn't get the advantage, red team already had it. There's going to be 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the red team's clock. Very big for their team. So another situation where both medics went down, but you can see that the spawners were a lot later for red team. So as soon as blue team came up, their players just kind of came in and took the point. And now red team might be able to re-aggress. We're seeing some dry fights. Labasada, unfortunately not able to get the kill. Instead, or does get the kill, but gets traded out. We can see enough damage goes on to these blue team players that they're forced back a bit. The medic, of course, very low. I don't believe either team has the Uber advantage if I've been keeping track of it correctly. So now we see red team with just a good bit of control right here. We'll see both of the players that just died in the last fight coming back. One soldier bombing through. He's going to be going straight for Oitoi. And Oitoi has a teammate with him. But he ends up going down. They did trade. And we can see both Ubers coming out right here. So now the goal of the Ubered players is just to deal damage to the non-Ubered players. And the medics are just trying to keep everyone alive. If you lose any players in the Uber, that's on you. And it looks like the blue team did lose a player on that. So now red team with a pretty good advantage. Everyone on red is dead, so there's no one to protect its medic, which means that these players will just be gunning for him. They're able to get the medic. One of them even gets away. The soldier unfortunately goes down. Bones goes down. But now red team with that medic advantage and with a very small cap time and some aggressive plays getting a soldier pick as well, they're looking very good for this round. So Now, blue team's hope will be to do a similar thing that red team did, and that would be just gunning for the medic. Last time we saw Labasada, he was just chilling in one of the choke points, and he was able to get the medic that way. We're going to see how blue team goes about doing this. They really have to push in before this medic gets uber charge, because otherwise he's going to be able to use it. Of course. So we actually see one of the players going down from red team, but they have full uber charge, so unless they just keep losing players, which it looks like they might actually, they've lost 3 players total, then they'll be ending up losing this. But now the demo man uber, he's going to be controlling the point. He's going to be trying to just kill everyone on point with this uber, and it looks like he must have been pretty low on ammo because he wasn't able to control the point with sticky bombs or anything. That's another thing with the uber. If you're ubering something like a demo, you have to make sure that he has enough ammo to control the point. Now, all that he would have to do to control the point is just put sticky bombs on pretty much each edge of it, and the blue team players wouldn't be able to advance. But we saw him only using his pipe bombs there, which likely just meant that the demo man was out of ammo. So even though they had that uber advantage, because the demo man was not reloading, he ends up losing the point during that uber. So it's a very difficult task, even though I said he could just put sticky bombs on the corner of the points. Oh, good medic pick for blue, or for red. And now we'll see another situation where blue team has to just get some kills here. And now it's actually just down to 2 players, the scout and the soldier. Red team is in overtime. The soldier does get 1 kill, but there's no way that he was going to be able to kill everyone on that point. So very nice job from both teams. We saw the red team ended up winning that last round. Blue team gets the first round. Very close game. And some of these players, they're absolutely insane. One final note before I finish. One of the blue team soldiers ended up on the direct hit. This is because he really wanted to get a kill. The direct hit is not the better weapon, but it can give you some kills that you wouldn't normally be able to get with the regular rocket launcher. It's a lot harder to deal damage, but it deals more damage. So even though you'll be doing less damage, probably if you aren't dealing less damage, then you're getting more kills. And that kind of tracks back to what I said about the sniper on the previous round, where red team switched to a sniper in an effort to get some hero frags. The blue team switched to the direct hit or one of the soldiers switched to the direct hit because he really wanted to kill. If we start this next round, I'm not going to go into this round, but you can see he'll probably switch off of the direct hit. He actually stays on it, going to mid, but it's important to note that the main reason that he switched to the direct hit was so that he could get possibly some extra kills that he normally wouldn't. I'm surprised he's sticking with the direct hit onto mid. It's a very all or nothing weapon. Kind of double or nothing weapon, I guess. Would be a better way of putting it, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this VOD. Again, very nice job from both teams. It's great to see some nice, well-played competitive TF2. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.